when I received the call. I was still trying to sleep off the bottles of gin I had for dinner. Her voice was smooth and sultry, the kind that belonged to tall, well-built brunettes with those large cat-like brown eyes. She sounded like one of those women who were made to be enclosed in glass and shown off at exhibits, but never to be touched, unless she wanted to be. She said she had a lead to a case that was going to put me back on top, just when I was starting to feel comfortable at the bottom. She didn't have time to explain. I was to meet her down by the harbor by 4 a.m. It was a cold, damp night with heavy rolls of fog coming in. You know, the type you see in those old English horror movies, just before Jack the Ripper gets his next victim. I didn't see or hear anything except the echo of my own footsteps bouncing off the gray, drab buildings as I walked on towards the pier. I could feel this growing intensity in the air. I knew something was going to happen soon, but what? And out of all the private dicks in the city, why did she call me? I figured I was going to find out pretty soon. All of a sudden I started to hear a melody. The same line just playing over and over and over again. It was the type of song that was annoying because you just couldn't get it out of your mind. It mesmerized me until all I could hear was this song. It was coming from out there somewhere, across the harbor. Very far away, yet very close, very close. And there was a voice, her voice, calling out my name. And the only thing I wanted to do was to reach that voice. Nothing could keep me away from that voice. I was totally oblivious to my surroundings. I reached as far as I could go, but it wasn't enough, so I went on. And the final sounds that echoed through my ear were that of her voice calling out my name. Homer. Homer.
It must have been 2 a.m. when I received the call. I was still trying to sleep off the bottles of gin I had for dinner. Her voice was smooth and sultry, the kind that belonged to tall, well-built brunettes with those large cat-like brown eyes. She sounded like one of those women who made to be enclosed in glass, shown on exhibits, but never to be touched, unless she wanted to be. She said she had a lead to the case that was going to put me back on the top, just when I was starting to feel comfortable at the bottom. She didn't have time to explain. I was to meet her down by the harbor at 4 a.m. It was a cold, damp night, with heavy rolls of fog coming in. You know, the type you see in those old English horror movies, just before Jack the Ripper gets his next victim. I didn't see or hear anything except the echo of my own footsteps, bouncing off the gray, drab buildings as they walked on towards the pier. I could feel this growing intensity in the air. I knew something was going to happen soon, but what?